podcast number 3 with Salamanca. Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine, a name that terrified an entire nation. A man who became one of the richest criminals in history. At the peak of his power, he controlled almost 80% of the world's cocaine trade. Every single day, his empire earned millions of dollars. Money became so worthless to him. That one cold night, he burned around $2 million just to keep his daughter warm. He owned private planes, luxury mansions, a private zoo. Thousands of armed men followed his orders. Judges feared him. Police officers feared him. Politicians feared him. Some people called him a hero. Others called him a monster. But everyone knew his name. He built an empire that challenged an entire country. But power always has a price. How did a poor boy from Colombia become the most feared drug lord in history? And how did the man who made millions fear him lose everything? Today, we open the file of Pablo Escobar. Agent Carter. When people hear the name Pablo Escobar, they think of cocaine, violence, and billions of dollars. But I'd like to go back to the very beginning. Who was Pablo Escobar before the world feared his name?
That's exactly where we should begin. Because Pablo Escobar wasn't born a king. He wasn't born with money. He wasn't born with power. He was born on December 1st, 1949, to a simple family in Colombia. His father was a farmer. His mother was a schoolteacher. There was nothing extraordinary about his childhood. At least, that's what people believed.
So, when you look at his early life, do you see any signs that he would become the world's most powerful drug lord?
Not the kind most people expect. He wasn't the strongest boy. He wasn't the smartest student. But he had something else. An unusual hunger for success. He hated being poor. He wanted respect. He wanted influence. And above all, he wanted money. A lot of money.
But wanting money doesn't make someone a criminal. So what changed?
You're right. Dreaming isn't a crime. The real change came when young Pablo realized that crime paid faster than honesty. And once he learned that lesson, his life would never be the same again.
Agent Carter. Many people believe Pablo Escobar became a criminal because of cocaine. But that's not true. Is it?
No. Cocaine came much later. Pablo's first crimes were much smaller. As a young man, he lived in the streets of Medellin. He quickly learned that illegal business was often more profitable than honest work. According to many historical accounts, he became involved in selling stolen goods, smuggled cigarettes, and stolen cars. Some stories even claim he sold fake lottery tickets. Not every story can be verified, but one thing is clear. Pablo was already building a criminal reputation.
So, he didn't become rich overnight. He learned, step by step.
Exactly. Every successful criminal organization starts somewhere. Pablo wasn't chasing millions. Not yet. He was learning how to take risks, how to avoid the police, how to earn loyalty, and most importantly, how to make money outside the law. Those lessons would become the foundation of everything that came later.
And then, an opportunity appeared. One product would change Pablo Escobar's life forever. Cocaine. Agent Carter. Why cocaine? Why not another illegal business? What made this drug so different?
Timing. In the 1970s, the demand for cocaine was growing rapidly, especially in the United States. People were willing to pay enormous amounts of money for traffickers. It was a business unlike anything they had ever seen. Pablo Escobar recognized that opportunity before many others did. He understood one simple idea: if you control the supply, you could control the money.
But selling drugs is one thing. Building an empire is something completely different. How did he do it?
He didn't work alone. He built networks. He partnered with other traffickers. He invested in airplanes, hidden routes, and trusted people. Every successful shipment made him richer. Every dollar gave him more influence. And every year, his organization became larger, stronger, and far more dangerous.
So, this wasn't luck. It was planning.
Exactly. Pablo Escobar wasn't simply selling cocaine. He was building a business, an illegal business, that would soon become one of the wealthiest criminal organizations in history.
Agent Carter. By the early 1980s, Pablo Escobar was already making enormous amounts of money. But money alone wasn't enough. He wanted something even more powerful. Influence. How did he get it?
He used a strategy that became famous around the world. Plata o plomo. In English, silver or lead. It was a simple message. Take the money or face the bullet. Many accepted the money. Others refused. Some of those people paid with their lives.
So, fear became another weapon.
Exactly. Bribes opened many doors. Violence opened the rest. Police officers, judges, politicians, journalists, anyone who stood in his way could become a target. The Medellin cartel wasn't just rich. It was becoming powerful enough to challenge the Colombian government.
But despite all that violence, many people still supported him. Why?
Because reality was complicated. Escobar spent millions of dollars building homes for poor families. He paid for football fields. He donated money to local communities. To many people, he looked like a generous man. But behind that image was one of the most violent criminal organizations in history.
Agent Carter. By now, Pablo Escobar had money, power, loyal followers, and millions of dollars coming in every single day. What finally turned Colombia against him?
The violence. It kept getting worse. Bombings, assassinations, kidnappings. Entire neighborhoods lived in fear. Judges were murdered. Police officers were hunted. Journalists who spoke against him became targets. The Colombian government realized this was no longer just a criminal. This was a national threat.
And that's when the hunt truly began.
Exactly. The Colombian authorities, with support from the United States, launched one of the biggest manhunts in modern history. Special police units, intelligence agencies, and military forces were all searching for one man, Pablo Escobar. But catching him was far from easy. He had money, he had information, and he had loyal people, almost everywhere. Many times, he escaped just minutes before the police arrived.
So, even with an entire country looking for him, he kept disappearing?
Yeah, and again, for months, sometimes years. He stayed one step ahead, but something had changed. The untouchable king was now living like a fugitive, always moving, always hiding, always looking over his shoulder. His empire was beginning to crack.
Agent Carter. For years, Pablo Escobar escaped every trap, every raid, every operation. But in December 1993, everything changed. What happened?
By that time, Escobar had lost much of his empire. Many of his closest allies were dead or in prison. He was constantly moving from one safe house to another. But there was one thing he couldn't stop doing. He continued calling his family. Investigators believed those phone calls could reveal his location, so they waited patiently.
One phone call was enough?
According to official investigations, on December 2, 1993, Escobar made a call to his son. The authorities traced the signal. Within minutes, special police units surrounded the neighborhood in Medellin. Escobar realized they had found him. He ran across the rooftops, trying to escape one last time. Then gunfire erupted. When the shooting stopped, Pablo Escobar was dead. He was 44 years old.
After everything, the money, the power, the fear, it all ended on a rooftop.
Yes, and even today, one question remains. Was he killed by the police, or did he take his own life? The official version says he died during the firefight. But for decades, that debate has never completely disappeared.
Agent Carter. Pablo Escobar died more than 30 years ago, yet his name is still known all over the world. Why?
Because Pablo Escobar was more than a criminal. He became a symbol of wealth, power, violence, and ambition without limits. His empire disappeared, but the consequences of his actions remained. Thousands of lives were lost, families were destroyed, and Colombia spent many years trying to recover from that period.
Some people still admire him. Others believe he should only be remembered for the suffering he caused.
History often leaves us with difficult questions, but one lesson is clear. Money can buy many things. Power can change lives. Fear can control people, but none of them last forever.
Pablo Escobar wanted the world to remember his name. And in that, he succeeded. But history does not remember people only for their success. It also remembers the price others paid because of it. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Salamanca.
And I'm Agent Carter. We'll see you in the next case.